Hello again and welcome to another edition of Southern Country. Hi, I'm Herb Southern and welcome to the show, my friends. Today I'm very lucky to say I have rounded recording artist Doyle Lawson and Quicksilver.
Herb, how are you?
Pleasure to have you on the show,
Good to be
friend.
here. Thank you.
I did some research on you and let's talk about the National Endowment for the Arts. You have an award coming and I think that's quite an award, my friend.
Well, it is, Herb. It's quite an honor. That's the highest honor given to the traditional arts.
Right.
And of course, it could be made up of a lot of different things in the traditional arts, and mine happens to be music, of course, and bluegrass in particular.
Right.
And I'm so very honored. I guess I continuously and repeatedly I've said even after all this time of knowing about it, I've yet to come up with words that are adequate to really express how I feel about the whole thing. You know, when I was a kid growing up in East Tennessee and listening to all my heroes like Bill Monroe and Carter and Ralph Stanley and Mac Wiseman and all these people, I never dreamed that one day that I would be honored among my peers, such as Mr. Bill Monroe and Ralph Stanley and Jim and Jesse and people like that. Jeanette Carter, you know, from the Carter family. She was, I think, inducted last year or awarded last year. And so it's quite an honor for me because I guess I've always played music for the love of the music. That's the first and foremost reason that I have and still play music is because I love it. And I often remark that if you don't do it for the love of the music first, that has to be first. Money is a necessity, we all know that, but the love of the music and the dedication, that has to come first.
You gotta do something you like, man.
Yeah.
You've been doing it since 1963?
That's right, yeah. Yep.
Let's talk about Gotta Dig a Little Deeper. Your rounded recorded record in 205
That's
release.
my latest bluegrass recording.
Yes, it is.
For the rounded folks, and we've had a tremendous amount of success with that. It's been very good to us. We did, of course, shortly after that, we did a video on the song, Dig a Little Deeper, and it was such a fun thing to do. Although the day we shot our part, it wasn't so fun. We were out in about a 90-degree weather in the hot sun out in the open field, and I looked like a cooked crab when I got through, you know. I mean, I was beat red, you know. But it was a lot of fun. People really enjoyed the video, and the recording itself, it stayed #1 for about 6 months.
Yeah, wow.
And the song itself, Dig a Little Deeper, went to #1 also. So I've got no complaints about this recording.
You've been going with Doyle Lawson and Quicksilver since 1979. How has the sound changed from '79 to today?
Well, it's changed to some degree, but for the most part, only as much as I've wanted it to change.
Sure.
But Herb, you as well as I have been in the music business. We're on a little different. Our roles are a little different, but you know that time changes things whether we want it to or not. So I think you subconsciously just kind of move with the flow, and what's happening today may not be what was happening last year pertaining to the music. So you kind of adjust it, but yet you hold on to your identity. I've been careful not to lose the identity of Doyle Lawson and Quicksilver, where we're always readily identifiable. But yet you kind of tailor it to what's happening. And in the last few years, in the last 5 to 10 years, we've started our music, bluegrass music, has really enjoyed an upswing in popularity, and the younger kids are starting to really get turned on to the music, and and that's good.
Oh, big time good. Really good.
So what you have to keep in mind, and I tell people, you know, tradition is a beautiful thing, and I grew up with the first generation bluegrass people, and my heart is first generation. But you know, you have to realize that kids today, this is 2006, and it's not, it isn't 1946 anymore.
No, it's not.
So you kind of have to tailor it to where that they can understand what it is that you're doing, what you're about. I don't think a lot of the kids today, particularly in the metropolitan areas, I don't think they would understand too much about the Little Cabin Home on the Hill or songs of that nature.
Great songs, though.
Oh, they're beautiful. I love them because I understand
I play them on the
sure
radio.
You do, and there's always a place there. But at the same time, what you do is you try to bait the hook with something that'll draw them in, and then introduce them to it. You know.
You got a DVD out. Talk to me about a video we're going to put in.
It's my 25th anniversary DVD. I did a couple of years ago. And of the 25 or so people that recorded with me all through that first 25 years, all but 3 were able to come, and we did a live show at the War Memorial Auditorium in Nashville, Tennessee. And a lot of people don't know, I'll share this trivia with you, but a lot of people don't know that before the Opry was at the Ryman Auditorium, it was at the War Memorial Auditorium.
Way back before, in the late 30s.
Yeah.
In the 30s.
And they didn't go to the Ryman until 43, I think it was. But anyway, but it's a great building, and it was a good place for the video. I think there was 23 people that had recorded with me. And I had people that came through over the course of those years that they were here for just a short while, or they just filled in, never made it to the studio. So in order to try to harness this thing, I kept it to where the people that recorded with me, and there's 2 hours of video there.
Talk to me about what else is on that DVD, because we're gonna have to fill this up for a half hour.
It starts. The video starts with the original, 3 guys that started with me, and it works on down in chronological order through 25 years. And I was actually on stage about 5 hours. And then I had to edit it down and get it to 2 hours. Then I just recently went back in and edited it down to 58 minutes for another thing that the record company's looking to do, One of the songs that's been a real mainstay for us through the years since I recorded it was a song that I did in the mid-'80s with when Russell Moore and Scott Vestal and Ray Deaton were aboard. It was a song that was written by my dear friend Pete Goebel and his co-writer Leroy Drum, and it was called "She's Walking Through My Memories." Well, a cappella gospel music has always been a real favorite of the people that come to see us. And on the video that we did a song that is a style of music I grew up with called "Hiding from the Storm Outside," and it's a good one. We ought to hear it.
Doyle, let's wrap up this edition of Southern Country. Put one more in for me.
All right, the biggest bluegrass song I've had to date was a song from the Hard Game of Love, written by a guy named John D. Loudermilk, who you may be aware of.
Heard of him.
John wrote a song, Blue Train of the Heartbreak Line, and that's been our big one so far.
Thank you for being on the show, my friend.
Pleasure, Herb. Thank you.
We'll look forward to seeing you again to visit Southern Country.
I do too. Thank you.
All right. Here's Doyle Lawson wrapping up this edition of Southern Country.